Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter. And this week we'll start with some interesting shop news. Club analysis data. So you know that I've gone big into my kind of club data at the moment, as in what shot to play, strokes gain analysis, all that, PGA Tour statistics, all that. I think it's a massive help to my game, and I'm determined to analyse my game a bit more in detail rather than just go by the average kind of how many fairways I hit, how many greens in regulation I hit, how many ups and downs and how many putts I have can all be a bit misleading, because sometimes my putting stats can look poor because my chipping wasn't so good because I wasn't chipping it closer. Sometimes my greens in regulation stats can look good, but actually I'm nowhere near the hole on greens, okay? Sometimes my fairway hit stats could be terrible, but actually I've hit it quite a long way and not far offline. So it can be deceiving. Strokes gain data can give you that data, compare it against someone of your same ability, but also maybe somewhere better to your ability as well. So it can highlight the weaknesses that you do have in your game. How do we as amateurs analyse strokes gain data? Well, here we go. This is the shop news, okay? I've bought into some shot scope gear, okay? We've got a kind of stand-alone clip onto your bag there that gives you your GPS details, yardages, etc. But it also can clip into your game as well. I'll show you that in a second. There's also a watch version, and as I've got the laser along with the GPS unit on there as well. So these two items, the GPS will then link into these little tags that I've got at the top of my golf club, and it will measure every shot I play on that golf course. So it can give me all the stats, all the data I could possibly want, okay? So yeah, this is how it looks like. The mobile app, where are we? Let's just refresh the page. So it kind of gives me all sorts of data, how far I hit the golf ball, how many statistics, like if I could say it. Every shot is mapped. Oh, so I can't get it working now. There we go, every shot, can you see that? There's a map of every hole, and it gives me a map of where I played every shot, how far it's gone, whether I missed a fairway left, whether I missed a fairway right, whether I missed the green, short, left, right, all this data. I can then compare it to fellow pros. So where is my weakness? Am I a poor putter, as I was led to believe for many years, but I don't actually think I am. But this will actually tell me, because compare it against other pros and see how good they're. Compare it against the PGA Tour stuff as well. So it's all about these little tags that you stick in the end of each club. And then that registers to the app on my mobile phone with the help of the GPS unit on your bag or the watch on your wrist, okay? So it all linked together to give you that accurate data. So the amazing thing is as well, is that the price is fantastic. So for this unit here, the bag clip was £149, including 16 free golf tags to go on the end of your club. The watch is £159, again, including those 16 tags to go on in your end of your clubs. The laser and GPS unit that I've got here, that's £329. So that's expensive because you've got the best of both worlds. But again, it also comes with those 16 free tags, yeah? So those tags are absolutely crucial for knowing which club you're hitting so far, where you're missing the green, stroke gains data. So if you're really serious about improving your game and you're not sure why you're not quite shooting the scores that you can, you might think you're a good chipper because you're actually a better chipper than the guys you play with, but actually they might not be that good at chipping. So actually your chipping could do with improving, because if you compare it against other 18 handicappers or 10 handicappers or scratch golfers, then it will highlight that your chipping is not that good. Same with putting, same with driving, same with strokes approach and all that, yeah? So it's all gonna highlight where your weaknesses lie, and then you can come book yourself a lesson and we can work on those specific areas of the game. It's definitely the way forward. It's really, really interesting, this strokes gain data. The stuff you can learn by keeping your stats can really highlight what you need to improve on, as opposed to your normal perception of what you're not very good at. For me, it's putting, but I actually don't think I'm that bad at putting now, looking at other stats on the PGA Tour compared to my stats, basic stats that I've kept for the last 20 years or so. But yeah, so if you're interested in really improving your game and you want to gather some data, then this is great. For £150, we can get you 16 tags onto your bag and get you all that data. The app is free, which is great. That's superb. I lost my phone there. So the app that you download to keep all your data is all free. There's no subscriptions or anything like that. So it's really, really cost effective. Anyway, if you're interested in that, come and speak to me and we can run you through those options. In Galston Golf Club competition news, obviously we've got the club championships this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 36 holes. Very exciting stuff. First time the golf club has played it for everybody. So there's going to be a ladies champion, the men's champion, and a junior champion as well as the handicap prizes as well. So that's going to be a fantastic weekend with a big presentation and barbecue afterwards. So that should be a good weekend. I know lots of people, 132 players we got playing in it, which is a fantastic turnout for the club championships, as it should be. It is the biggest tournament of the year. We want to find out who is the best golfer in the club, and the person that wins the best scratch prize will be known as the club champion for each category. So that'll be good to see, won't it? Yeah. Right, but going back to previous results, we'll go back to last Thursday's men's midweek Stableford, where Casey Bailey won Division 1 with 42 points. He beat Jim Robinson into second on 40 points, Nick Bickers in third on 39 points. In Division 2, Stevie Herb, well done Steve, been working hard on his game, had a few lessons recently, been hitting the ball beautifully well, unbelievably good for a man of his handicap, and he's finally holed a few putts, and now his handicap is going to come tumbling down. So well done Steve, he won Division 2 with 43 points, keep up the good work. Tony Wren came second with 39 points, beating Roy Tovall into third, also on 39 points. But in countback, well done Steve Herb, brilliant stuff that. In Division 3, Colin Grant, well done Colin. Colin got 44 points, brilliant stuff that Colin. He beat Andy McCann, another of my regular lessons. He got 42 points, well done Andy, continues to improve. Again, continues to work incredibly hard at his golf, so he's getting his absolute rewards there. Terry Warnoff got 41 points and David Easter also got 41 points. There's some good scoring in Division 3, some very good scoring there, so well done to all the winners there. On Sunday we had the mixed monthly Stableford, where Bob Cooper won Division 1 with 38 points. It was brutal Sunday, the conditions were so tough, it was so windy. The juniors went out there for a competition, and more of that a bit later, but oh my word, it was difficult. Anyway, so Bob Cooper, well done, 38 points, he won Division 1, beating Jack Noakes into second on 37. In Division 2, Stevie Herb won once again, well done Stevie, back-to-back wins at 36 points, beating Kev Shaw into second on 35 points. And in Division 3, Dave Wooden won with 37 points. Well done, Dave, beating Max Evans into second with 37 points, with Laura Westthorpe third on 36 points. Well done to the winners there. The junior, we had the Junior Summer Stableford, where Louis Bayfield won the 18 hole with 33 points. Well done, Louis. It's back-to-back junior wins for him. In the 9-hole competition, Sully Derby won with a fantastic 18 points for 9 holes. Well done, Sully. In Captain Pro news, we had a great game against Adi Price and Nigel Stone on Thursday. It was a very up and down game. After 14 holes, Adi and Nigel were 9 under par. They were going great guns. They were superb. We were only 3 under, so we were 6 behind. But then we made a little bit of a comeback. We actually had played quite well all day, really, without holing anything. But then we kind of managed to get going. Keith especially played well for the last 3 holes. I birdied the 15th. So from a kind of 6-point deficit after 14 holes, on the last hole, Keith had a putt to tie the game. Unfortunately, from 10 foot, it just slid by, but what an effort it was. We ended up losing by 1 point. Adi and Nigel fell away over the last 4 holes, got to 42 points, and we just lost out on 41 points. But it was a good game, very, very close in the end. But we thought we were in for an absolute hiding after 14 holes, but it levelled out in the end. And we didn't play too badly, me and Keith, to be honest. Probably the best I've played all year, but just kind of hit a couple of bad tee shots down 17 and 18, going for the green on 17, lost it right. Going for a big drive down 18 and lost it right again, which is most unlike me because I don't normally miss my drives to the right. But for 16 holes down, I probably played the best I had done all year. So that was encouraging, and I'm looking forward to this week. Unfortunately, Keith has injured his eye. He's been in an accident, so he can't play this Thursday, but I'm still going to get out and play on Thursday with my new game tags in the end of my club to gather all my strokes gained data. So looking to see how that works out. I'll let you know more about that next week. It'll be interesting to see how I get on. In tour news, we'll start with the Women's US Open, and it was another painful ending for Lexi Thompson. She is so unbelievably talented, but she cannot win another major championship. She won one 8 years ago and has been in contention many a time since then, including last year's US Women's Open, where she had an 8-shot lead with 5 holes to play and managed to throw it away. This time in the Women's LPGA, sorry, it wasn't the Women's Open this time, Women's LPGA, she had a 2-shot lead with 3 to play. But again, missed a couple of real short putts, a real couple of tiddlers as well. They were little 2-footers, horrible to watch, and she thinned a chip on 16 as well. Very nervy, which unfortunately led to her losing, and Inji Chun to win her 3rd major. She had been the lead throughout the whole week, actually. I think she shot a fantastic 64 on the first day, which was the best round of the week by a mile. In fact, the best round of the day by 5 or 6 shots, I think it was. Nobody else got anywhere near it. So she shot 64 on the first day, was 5 or 6 ahead, which is pretty unheard of. And she managed to hang on in the end, albeit thanks to Lexi Thompson just throwing it away in those last 3 holes. So yeah, Inji Chun won by a shot in the end from Lexi Thompson, and Minjee Lee was also up there, the reigning Women's US Open champion. But it was exciting stuff. But poor old Lexi, she's really got a bit of a mental block about winning those major championships these days. Her putting stroke isn't great at the best of times, but under pressure, it completely falls apart. I'm hopeful she'll get that sorted, but it doesn't look good, unfortunately. On the men's PGA Tour, Xander Schauffele won. He won the Travellers' Championship in Maryland, I think it was. That was great to see him back to form. Rory was up there after the first round, and then unbelievably, he was, after 27 holes, he was comfortably ahead. I think he was 1 shot ahead of Schauffele, but they were like 5 or 6 shots ahead of the rest of the field. And then out of nowhere, a couple of horrendous tee shots. Took an 8, took a snowman, quadruple bogey, and then 2 holes later, took another double bogey, and then the start of the 3rd round, he had a double bogey on the 2nd hole. So he's gone from being kind of 14 under through, let's say, 27 holes. All of a sudden, he's back to 8 under and 6 behind after kind of 37, 38 holes. So he had a big collapse there. I'm sure it was just down fatigue. He'd been in contention for the last 3 weeks. He'd won one of those events, obviously, and one of those was a major championships. It does take a lot out of you mentally more than anything, and I think he sort of just fell asleep and just lost the plot completely for those few holes there, which cost him the championship. But yeah, Xander Schauffele went on and won his first title since he won the Olympics back last August. So that's him going into good form, with the Open Championship coming up, which starts next week, 2 weeks time. So come and get your sweepstake squares. Easy for me to say. And the US, we also had the men's seniors US Open, which Padre Harrington won, which was nice to see. That was his first senior major championship win, sort of thing. So Padre Harrington won the US Open Seniors Championship, which was brilliant to see, and more European success after Matt Fitzpatrick's won the men's US Open. Yeah, brilliant. Right, okay, no time for a tip of the week this week. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. And say, if you want more questions about all the shot tracking data that we can get for you, come and speak to me. I think it's definitely the way forward if you're really serious about improving your game, because it will really highlight which areas you're not very good at. Right, okay, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.